Hi there, Reject Nation. I'm Greg Alba.
I'm John Humphrey.
We were actually just preparing to do a live stream, and then John caught the notification that the Annabelle Comes Home trailer officially dropped here on YouTube. Did not see that coming. Hey, before we go into this, I wanted to say thank you to a couple of things. One, John and I were in the free-for-all for the Schmodown. I want to say thank you to all the random tweets and comments I've been getting about my specific appearance there. Would love for you guys to go check that out. Beyond my little moment. It's just an amazing, amazing event they put together at the Schmodown.
Oh, yeah.
Just yesterday, I was in Anaheim at the Anaheim Convention Center for WonderCon, and Screen Junkies let me be a part of their Screen Junkies panel. As a person who, you guys who follow this channel know, I was such a huge fan of Screen Junkies Movie Fight Show, Screen Junkies in general. To think that I'm at a freaking WonderCon panel with them all of a sudden, like, it was hitting me so hard. Like, I can't believe I'm up here with them.
Yeah, man. You've made it. You've arrived.
It's been pretty cool, and wanted to cap off the week with a live stream, taking tomorrow off. But hey, Annabelle Comes Home.
Everything you see in here is either haunted, cursed, or has been used in some kind of ritualistic practice.
It's a
toy. It's safer for these things to be in here than out there. Sometimes it's better to keep the genie in the bottle.
Is that just footage from The Conjuring, or I don't remember.
I thought so, but
whoa!
Yeah.
It's not really good for anyone to go in there.
Oh, I'm liking this. I'm liking the concept a lot.
Yeah. Ew.
What'd you do to get in there?
Okay. Mid-ear. Who's that in the corner?
Ghost Man.
Walking Phoenix.
Yeah.
Annabelle. I'm sorry. What else did you touch? Everything. I think you have the wrong house. There's no Annabelle here.
Ew.
Yes, she is.
Ooh.
Sometimes see things. Like how my mom sees things.
Wow.
It's a beacon for other spirits.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Conjuring.
We've seen this scare, haven't we, in this franchise?
Ew. Ever improving upon the jump scare, I suppose.
That jump scare we've seen in like the first Conjuring movie with the pulling, and then the bed was from the Grudge
Or some.
Yeah,
I feel like that sounds about right.
this
like
is
the
this
Ghost and
is.
the Grudge are always
I have
appearing.
I have a weird response to this trailer because I mean I've seen all the Conjuring universe films, and I by the way, go check out our Nuns Catacomb video that we did. That was
Yeah.
a great experience. Thank you again, Warner Brothers, for bringing us out there for that. That was crazy.
Hell yeah, man.
I literally, I don't know if anyone really knows much about this one, but I knew nothing about what this is going to be. I thought Annabelle creation was a really great improvement upon the first Annabelle film, and so I was like, what are they going to do here? Where I'm conflicted is, there's one side of me on the negative side that's like, nah, this doesn't look like anything really all that special or different, and it looks pretty generic white young girls in trouble.
Yeah.
But the thing that got me excited was, oh, they're they're throwing the Warrens
Putting
in
it
here, and
into
it's
the
taking place
Conjuring
in
directly, yeah.
Yeah, it's directly into where, like, in some ways, this is like Conjuring two and
It's
a
like
half.
a side
Yeah.
door into the Conjuring directly. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
like having the Warrens being there is very exciting element to me, and the time frame in which this is taking place, I think, is a very neat and very cool idea. It just the first trailer itself, in terms of like scares, I feel like we've seen these scares. I feel
Well-
like a lot of this is repeating other things that Annabelle's already done.
Well, and this kind of movie right now is just really, really popular, and it's, jump scares are being invented and reinvented kind
Right.
of constantly, and so I do wonder how much longer we can persist with this, because, the supernatural is like, our current zombie mode. It's like,
Yeah.
we've done this a whole lot now.
Yeah. Well, I'm also thinking, like, depending on how this ends, if this is I guess in terms of Conjuring universe, like universe building wise, this gets me pretty intrigued. I'm definitely very intrigued by it because I'm thinking, okay, if this is this like the final Annabelle movie? Is it going to end in a way where like we've closed the book on the Annabelle story, or is this somehow going to affect whatever the Conjuring 3 is going to be? Will it bleed into that in some way, and they really start doing a universe building element? 'Cause especially now, because before they're like, spin-offs, prequels, the Warrens are kind of referenced, but now they're actually here,
Yeah. I'm fascinated by this trailer in a sense, because it almost feels like two trailers fused into one, because part of it looks like you're kind of run-of-the-mill, like you said, like young women finding the doll, getting terrorized, and then it feels like
Get the guy to direct it as if James Wan directed it.
Yeah. And it is of note that I think this guy has written most of the Conjuring universe movies, or
has he?
written a lot of them, and now
Okay.
he's stepping into the director's role. And Gary Doberman.
Awesome.
Which, there have been better and worse Conjuring installments, so, I'm relatively open to what his take is, but
This is the Simon Kinberg edition
Exactly.
of
Yeah.
the Conjuring films, all right.
Yeah, and so the thing about the trailer is that half of it looks kind of like a movie I've seen a million times, and the other half is like, oh, it's like a Warren movie, but at least as this plays as a trailer, they don't really feel like they're all part of one coalescing story to me.
And somewhat I get what you're saying on that.
They feel disjointed somehow to me.
Well, I'm curious. Funny enough is like, as much as sometimes I can get annoyed by other franchises and other studios doing universe building, this is the first time within the Conjuring universe advertisement where I actually got very excited by the universe building idea.
crossover.
Yeah. It's the first time that's really happened for me here.
Dude, Tony Stark's in this one.
So in that way, I think that the trailer is a great success and great success in that capacity. But the thing is, I'm also like, well, the most exciting part to me is like the Warrens are in here,
Yeah, and I wonder how much this trailer resembles the proportions of the movie, because they're not all over this trailer. They're like at the beginning and end of it.
True. So I'm more curious to see what it does for the universe more than I am for the actual film itself. Although I am intrigued by the idea that this guy is jumping from writing, so like he has a pretty big filmography on writing, and now he's hopping into the directing territory for this movie. That gets me excited. And another thing that also gets me very intrigued by it is the production design of some of the ghost elements are very Insidious reminiscent.
Yeah.
Like I know that with the James Wan, the people he works with and stuff, sometimes they kind of bleed together in imagery, but the imagery here looked very specifically, very much like an Insidious film.
Yeah, it
with
does
the ghosts
have
and the ghosts and the fog and
And I think it's got something to do with the colors too, because it's a little more garish in certain moments, and there I do get a certain odd insidiousness about it.
And the idea too that the daughter of the Warrens has been a factor into like scary moments that happen in especially in Conjuring 2.
Yeah.
So to have her be more of a main character than the Warrens themselves, I think is a neat idea. I think there's a lot of really cool concepts here, a lot of cool ideas, and I think that there's a lot that could actually make this really worthwhile. And as the trailer feels reminiscent of the other Annabelle trailers, but I think Annabelle Creation and the first Annabelle are very different, and I feel like ultimately this will probably be a little bit different than what Annabelle Creation was too.
I hope so. I mean, I like that they're still keeping it in period to a degree, but
Yeah.
it's not. I feel like at the time at which we got Annabelle Creation and Ouija Origin of Evil, there was a certain trend of like, let's go like really period piece with
Right.
this. And this seems like it's kind of splitting the difference. And again, you have that added benefit of putting it into the familiar world of the Warrens and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I'm excited for some of the set pieces and for the vibe of it. I just
Sure.
really hope that, especially on the heels of Annabelle Creation, that they can deliver something that is still inventive and is still engaging. I'm psyched. I don't remember if she was in the other ones, but the little girl who plays Theo, young Theo on The Haunting of Hill House, is in this trailer, and
Oh,
she
cool.
is terrific on that show. So I'm excited to see her in this. Not that I guess it'll be a stretch for her because. It's another ghost show.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm intrigued.
Yeah. Well, before we wrap this up, I would like to give a Patron of the Day shout out to a very special woman named Jenna Randolph, because recently she actually sprained her arm. She was lifting something
no.
very heavy at work, and she hurt herself. And as you're recovering, Jenna, I would tell you this right now in the most sincerest way. Don't go to the hospital. Whatever hospital bill money you were going to use for health insurance or an emergency room visit, just use that income and use it to increase your Patreon pledge.
Mm-hmm.
That's what will really heal your arm. Doing good for people who are doing fine right now.
Pay it forward.
That's what you got to do, my dear.
Yeah.
On a serious note, double it. You're amazing. You're a beautiful woman, and we love the hell out of you, my dear.
Much love.
All right, guys, are you excited for Annabelle Comes Home? Is that what it's called? Annabelle Comes Home.
Annabelle Comes Home.
Subscribe to the Reject Nation, click that notification bell, and go ahead and check us out on Patreon. We got plenty of goodies. See you guys.